Hey, it's your old pal Slim, and this is 70mm, a podcast for movie lovers just like you. Disclaimer at the top of this show, we're not experts, but we do love watching movies. With me each and every episode is my close friend and artist, Danny Haas.
Hello.
And our close friend and movie insider, Proto Alexis.
Ride, Postman! Ride!
Every movie that we cover is connected to a theme for that month, and this time it's blockbusted movies that underperformed or overperformed at the box office.
Hello.
You can use the chapters in your podcast app to skip to our main discussion from 1997, starring and directed by Kevin Costner, The Postman. The Cause. I think his nickname was The Cause on set.
No. I'd really doubt it.
The Cause. Hey, Cause. Remember Paul Walker said "cuh"? Was that?
Please don't talk about Paul. Rest in peace.
He's coming back, I heard.
He's coming back, folks.
Somehow.
We all saw the video of Vin Diesel. He can still go. Vin Diesel can still go. But the big story this week, we announced a very special episode coming very soon in the near future. We're going to be covering Heir to the Empire, Star Wars, the book. Have we ever covered a book on this show, Bruno? Is this a first?
No, we've talked about covering a book, which I won't name, but there has been rumblings over the years about another book we could do. But this will be our first book, first official book.
This book came out in 1991, I think. It was like essentially the sequel to Return of the Jedi. There's nothing being made, Star Wars media, and they're continuing the journey of our favorite characters, Luke, Leia, Chewie, Han, Landau, and Wedge. So this is the first in a 3-book series. We've only committed to doing 1 book, but there's a lot of excitement on our Patreon about this announcement, Danny.
Yeah.
I
think they're more excited that they found out that we know how to read. They were just happy for our achievement and reading.
It was touch and go there for a while.
Yeah.
I think
they knew we
could
could barely
agree.
watch movies, but now they found out that we can barely read a book too.
I mean, we're covering The Postman, so they're probably questioning everything about this movie podcast, let alone that we're going to be doing a book.
That's true.
You can get it fairly cheap at your library if you want to read along ahead of this episode's drop. It's very fun. There's also a really nice audiobook. I don't know. It's like what do you call these things? These audio productions? Do they have names where there's like sound effects and stuff?
Something probably dramatic.
Audio drama, Kirby says in chat. It's an audio drama.
That's pretty impressive.
Very interesting.
You're talking about the like anniversary.
Yeah, the 20th anniversary edition audiobook.
Like John Williams' music behind it too. It was beautiful.
R2 beeping away.
Yeah.
And then the guy doing the
Do it.
The Wookiee voice.
Yeah, go ahead.
We'll get into it in the episode, folks. I can't get into it now. I had some fake news. Let me see if I can what news article I had that I was going to bring up.
Newsmax.
This was fresh over the news desk. Dr. Phil's cable TV network files for bankruptcy.
No.
And sues Christian broadcaster TBN.
Oh.
Look at this picture of Dr. Phil in this article. I'll drop it in chat.
TBN's a Christian news. Oh, Phil.
Can someone get that man to bed?
Sweetheart.
Proto, you watched The Wicker Man.
Oh my gosh.
Can we get into this movie? Classic.
You know, I've been trying to weasel The Wicker Man in.
My God.
For years now in October. You know, it's been on my list, trying to sneak it in, but whenever I went to go watch it, it wasn't ever streaming. And then last night I'm saying to myself, I just want a movie I haven't seen before that I could reliably know is going to be good. and I saw The Wicker Man was on Amazon Video, which I got to say right now, Amazon Prime
Get into
Video, whatever it's called.
Bezos.
They had they had one of the, on their platform, they had one of those bars where it's like newly added movies. And I said, wow, maybe 15 times in the movies that I saw here.
Really?
I don't know what.
Can you name a few?
No, I can't name any.
Can't name any, but they were wow worthy.
But they were wowing me. I was like, wow, this platform's got a nice collection. So I'm not, this is no support towards Amazon. I'm not endorsing Amazon in any way, but I mean, if you have Prime and you haven't looked on there in a while, maybe there's something on there for you. Anyway, so I watched The Wicker Man, and this movie opens. How about first of all, this police officer is also a licensed pilot, and he's got this amazing airplane, single prop engine, landing in the water.
Hello.
It's like a Canadian goose out there, just up and down. But he lands on this island, right? And very small island. Strange things happening on this island. I had the best time watching this movie. It's weird in all the right ways.
Okay.
It's funny watching this, having seen Midsommar first, because now I'm like,
Yeah.
Put
two and two together.
Yeah. I was connecting the dots while watching this. But I mean, a fantastic movie. So many great surprises. So weird. The music, the songs in this, so surreal. Just the whole vibe of it. It's a great, kind of like thriller mystery for the 90 minutes that you're watching along. So I gave it 4 stars. And actually, this guy, I haven't really seen anything that the star is in, Edward Woodward, but I did watch a movie that he was in a couple months ago called The Appointment. So randomly, this actor who doesn't have too many movies, I watched 2 almost back to back. And then of course Christopher Lee as well.
The goat.
I mean, the hair that he has
into his hair right now, please.
I was at first, when he's on screen, I'm like, this is definitely a wig.
Is it?
But I think later it's proven that it's not a wig.
Yeah. Au natural.
It's just very disturbing.
I think I can't remember, someone can fact check me in chat, but there's like a longer extended version that has more songs. I think that's the one that I recently watched. So I can't remember. I'm not sure how many songs you saw in yours, Proto, or maybe like they're extended in one of the versions. Like it's very musical, like more than the regular one.
I mean, I thought this already had a good amount of songs. So, I did read that there's like another cut that's worth checking out. So I actually went looking for the book because I was like, I know this is based on a novel. And then I thought, oh man, maybe the book's amazing. But apparently it's like not like 1-to-1. It's adapted, kind of used like the book's called Ritual. And it's actually really hard to find. So I was kind of impressed that they kind of like took this little story and turned it into like this really cult classic.
Yeah. Your boy Nicolas Cage was in the remake. Famous bees scene.
Oh, that's what that's from?
Bees.
Oh, have you seen that?
Oh, Nicholas was in the one he watched.
No, he watched the OG.
Oh.
I don't remember if I've seen the Nicolas Cage one, to be honest.
Oh.
Should we do a Wicker Man month?
Let's not get ahead of ourselves.
Yeah, let's not. I shouldn't have said it.
I mean, speaking of getting ahead of ourselves, you watched Thunderbolts, Danny.
I had to get ahead of myself.
You were climbing up on the cross. You were climb up on the cross.
I had to cross myself.
You're already up there. Might as well.
I might as well just hammer it in.
The trial of Danny Haas tonight, folks.
Just hanging myself on the cross. Thunderbolts. I think just because I'm excited a bit about the Fantastic Four, and I think it was you that said that this is starting the new phase or something. The Thunderbolts is for Marvel. I don't know.
Maybe.
So I figured I'd finally watch it, and it's good. I thought they did some really fun things in it with Sentry visually, and some of the storytelling was pretty great. I'm always going to be there for my Nepo boys, Lewis and Wyatt.
Right.
So got to show up for our boys.
Thunder Nepos.
Our Thunder Nepo babies. I had a good time watching it. I didn't think it was that bad. I thought it was pretty fun.
The Nepo Avengers.
Nepo Avengers. I like that. And that works.
Thank you.
And then today I fired up Alex Garland's Warfare.
My God.
Yeah, I went in 2006 Iraq, me and
What?
Alex, hand in hand.
Dang.
You were like, I need to go back to Iraq. Let me watch Warfare.
Yeah. Bush lied, people died. Warfare, 2006.
Is that the actual quote of the movie?
No.
Because that's pretty catchy.
Danny, that's pretty good. That's pretty good.
Yeah, that's something people said.
Danny working on some propaganda art this week. Maybe that's why he hasn't talked to us. He's so busy.
He threw me off guard. It's a pretty great film. I didn't give it any stars because I really wasn't sure how I felt after it, but they were really cooking. The sound, everyone's praised the sound work in this film, and it's pretty crazy. There's no score. There's a lot of really quiet moments, which the quiet kind of made the tension very palpable. It was really rough. And then it's only like an hour and a half. It's just one quick battle that these guys are in. And I think this kind of war media should be shown like this more, I think, because it's not like hoorah, America, the winners. It's like, this is what happens when we fight useless wars. Everyone on every side gets viscerally murdered and die, and this sucks. So after the film was done, it was just like a really weird feeling.
Oh. A lot of people were upset that, was this A24?
It is A24.
They're like, my sweet A24, what are you doing?
I don't know. I think it has something better to say about war movies than people give it credit for, but I don't know. Who am I?
We're not experts.
We're not experts. That's the thing. We're not experts.
Yeah.
So I thought it was a really well done film, and it's rough. It's a rough watch.
Okay.
But yeah, I liked it.
He co-directed that, right? There was a military vet that co-directed that with him.
And the military vet was one of the guys, I believe, that was in the battle that they filmed.
Got it.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's impressive.
Let's see. Ola joined our Patreon this week, got access to our Discord and uncut, longer episodes. If you want more each week, $4 a month will get you more. We also do, we have over 70 episodes in our vault. We're recording The Burbs very soon. That's on our docket. The Burbs is going to be the next addition to our vault of episodes. Rookie of the Year was added recently last month. So there you have it. If you want to join our movie-loving family of non-experts, it's time at Patreon.
What'd you watch?
What did I watch?
You skirted out the last week without talking about stuff you watched.
I Irish goodbye'd my own show.
You did.
Tell us about your Jurassic World experience.
Oh, you saw World.
I did see Jurassic World Rebirth.
Yeah, Rebirth.
Wednesday matinee with my boy. I asked him if he wanted to go see it, and he said yes.
Yeah, you got to take him up on it right away.
Loves Jurassic World.
Yeah.
The cinematic universe. Actually, you know what he's really excited about is this Demon Slayer movie that's coming out in September.
Okay.
You guys watch this Demon Slayer?
You know, that's really funny you said that. When I took my kids to see How to Train Your Dragon, it had the Demon Slayer trailer, and they freaked out.
Oh.
I don't know anything about it.
We went to the screening, so we didn't see that, but he saw the trailer and shared it with me, and he freaked out. He loves Demon Slayer. So we're actually going to start watching it.
Oh, nice.
My first time watching it.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. I think it's on Netflix, the first few seasons right now.
I mean, the trailer looked crazy. The anime trailer looked nuts.
He was like, he told me, he was telling me one episode, he's like, yeah, this guy, commits seppuku.
Oh, God.
And I was like, oh, harakiri? And he's like, yeah, that's another way to say it. And I was like, oh. So I was like, I wonder if I should show James harakiri. This is like, you know, the proto.
Here we go.
Like all of this stuff.
Here we go.
So I'm going to try to weasel that into our Demon Slayer marathon somehow.
Okay.
I'm working
I
on
like
it.
that.
So
Okay.
we went to Neshaminy, AMC.
Yeah, your favorite.
Just get it out of the way now.
The war rages on.
Our other war.
This is my warfare walking into this
The
desolate.
Chamonix lied. People died.
Actually, I think the mall is like closed completely. It's boarded off. You can't even. You used to be able to go into the entrance of the theater and look to the right. You see just like this walkway of a dead mall. It's all boarded up now.
Yeah.
And my adversary was not at the theater.
Okay.
For those that are new to the show, I have an arch nemesis at this AMC who checks the tickets and does not let me bring in a water bottle.
Yeah.
And
It's because you bring in vodka.
yeah, someone that we know, I can't remember what Discord this was in, but he's like, maybe it's because they think you're bringing in alcohol. They have a bar there. What kind of freak just brings in alcohol in a water bottle?
You know,
listen, people are going through, the country's in turmoil right now. If you need to bring alcohol into a theater, just be careful.
Yeah.
Anyway.
If you get caught, that was Austin Dangerpod that told you to do that.
So, Jurassic World Rebirth, this is our boy Gareth Edwards, the creator, Rogue One.
Yeah.
Godzilla was okay. I think he did a monster movie before that.
Monsters.
But visionary. And after we saw the creator, I think Proto and I both agreed it'd be great if he did another movie, but just didn't write it. So here we are. He's jumping in. I think he came in like late in the game. He was just kind of doing this as like a gig. He didn't write it. So I had a lot of fun watching this. It feels like he was doing specific Spielberg homages in like the first 30 minutes. Like you feel like this is the sequel to the first movie.
Heck yes.
Which had to have been on purpose from them because the last three have just been the drizzling shits. So it essentially like ignores the last three for the most part, which is tough because the dinosaurs are like in America. You know, like the end of Jurassic World, they're just like running around free and they're just like, stray dogs. So the plot of this is similar to Avatar. Remember the plot in Avatar where they're like pulling DNA from some of these animals and it's going to like cure cancer or whatever.
Right.
So it's essentially that. And it is very Amblin-y. Like they try to do the fun, the jokey, but then also the scary. And they nailed the scary. I thought this was the scariest Jurassic that I have seen. Like there's a lot of tense scenes in it. It doesn't really do well at the other stuff. But I didn't really care that much because it looked great. It's Gareth Edwards directing a movie in like green fields, in jungles, at dusk.
On film.
And I'm all for that. And it's a Jurassic Park movie. So sign me up, baby.
Okay.
Sign me up.
Is he doing 3?
Is he what?
Doing any more after this?
Oh, I don't know. I don't know what Gareth is up to after this. But yeah, there's some cool scenes in some like laboratories, like because they go to an island that was used for experiments. I guess while the first movie was happening, this was like their experiment island that went wrong. And there's like just some really fun design. The production design of these buildings is so cool. So it's getting crapped on by and large by people, but I don't know what people want at this point. It's like Jurassic Park 8. What are you expecting at this point?
Yeah, go home.
Just give me something. Wow. And Gareth gave me something, Proto. Okay. When are you seeing it?
Yeah. I mean, I hope to see it this weekend. Both my older kids want to see it. They've been telling me they want to see it for a while. But then today my youngest was talking about Lilo and Stitch all of a sudden out of nowhere.
Oh no.
And now I don't, it's all up in the air. We don't know what might happen.
Pull the plug.
We'll get through this weekend. We'll see what happens.
I ate another whole tub of popcorn at this movie and I felt ill.
What the hell?
Like I don't know. I just like did it once and I'm like, I can do this again now, I guess. This is normal. I don't know.
Did it once. Normalize it.
I have normalized gluttony at this theater. We need to get into The Postman.
Yeah.
Danny's pick for Blockbusted Volume 3, Episode 271. This came out in 1997. The Cause, Kevin Costner. Hot off the heels of the success of Waterworld, they said, Kev, do it again.
One more time.
Give us one more, Kev. Do you have it in you? Proto, what's this movie all about?
The once great nation, the United States of America, now a ravaged country, torn apart by apocalypse. One man wanders the salt flats of Utah with his mule companion, Bill, seeking the American dream that has vanished like a mirage on the horizon. General Bethlehem, an evil former copier salesman, captures this man and conscripts him into his army. However, when forced to confront a lion with only a knife, the man jumps from a bridge over a river and escapes. Taking shelter in a U.S. Postal Service mail truck, he dons the uniform and changes the future for all America. For in that single act, not only does he clothe his mortal coil, he dons the spirit of the post office and unknowingly rekindles the purpose and calling of all male servicemen and ignites the creed that has laid dormant for too long. Neither snow, nor rain, nor heat, nor gloom of night stays these couriers from the swift completion of their appointed rounds. And in this act, this man becomes more than a man, and he inspires a generation of children to deliver mail or die doing so. He becomes the postman.
God damn.
This is the real movie, people. That is not a bit that Proto just said. This is the real movie.
It's all there.
That's an incredible synopsis. Thank you, Proto.
It doesn't make me any more excited to talk about
I think
this
it kind of does.
I made a joke about Kev doing the Waterworld. He didn't direct it, technically. The last time he directed a movie was Dances with Wolves, which I think he won an Oscar for. So,
You think?
and Waterworld made money. Let me be clear. Waterworld made money.
Right.
Okay? Overseas. Not in the US. So they said, Kev, do it again.
One more time, Kev.
Give it to us, Kev.
Warner
Because-
Brothers had the checkbook ready for Kev.
Danny, what's your history with this movie? Is there any?
There is no history with the Postman. That's about it.
Okay.
Sorry, I got nothing.
But you
I
love
barely-
you love Kevin.
I'm a Kev
Costner.
head. I'm a Kev head. My alternate Xbox gamer tag is Kev Lover 69. Kev Costner Lover, I think. What is it, Slim?
Wait, that's real too, isn't it? That's
It
not,
is.
That's not a joke. I feel like I knew this.
Yes, you did. We've had to use it before.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Anyway, I love Kevin.
Mm-hmm.
So of course I would eventually get to this film. Not loved by many. I think I have one friend that likes it. He'll be listening right now. We'll be getting some DMs, probably some angry DMs after this. It's fine. Our friendship is stronger than that.
Yeah.
So that's my history. No history.
I mean, people are maybe wondering, like, why would Danny have a gamer tag related to Kevin Costner? Kevin Costner had a run, folks.
He was at one point the highest paid actor.
Right. He was like Chris Pratt plus Harrison Ford plus you name it. Timothy Chalamet all rolled into one in the span of a decade.
Yeah.
He was doing The Untouchables. He did No Way Out, Bull Durham, Field of Dreams. And then he did Dances with Wolves himself.
Yeah.
He was in that Madonna documentary, Truth or Dare. And then he was Robin Hood. He was in JFK, The Bodyguard with Whitney,
Queen,
and Waterworld. And then everything changed forever after that. Dinner's done. Proto, talk to me about Kevin Costner in this movie and you.
Yeah, I do have a story about this the first time I saw it. So, you know, I grew up with a dad, loved movies, of course. And sometimes my friends, when we were teenagers, you know, they would easily get stuck in his movie traps, you know, where he's down in the basement and we're maybe walking through, like going to the back door, coming in from the house and going, you know, passing through. And he'll just be like, hey, guys, I'm turning on Terminator 3. Any interest? You ever seen it? And my friends will stop, and then I know it's over. Like as soon as they stopped, it was over for them. And they'd be like, "Oh no, Mr. Lexus, no, I've never seen this." And you know, he would just pull them in. You know, he's he's a natural salesman. And then then it's like, all right, now I guess we're watching Terminator 3 or Battlefield Earth or Galaxy Quest. But a rare occurrence with the Postman is I was the kid who got sucked in to a movie trap. I had a friend, Josh, a good friend, and his dad, JV. They had this really cool house. The house was 90% giant living room with like the kitchen attached, and they had a nice huge TV. And at one point, he talked about this movie, The Postman. He was like, "Oh, this movie! I love this movie. You guys got to watch this movie." So somehow we planned a day where we're going to go over there for 3 hours and watch this movie.
Christ.
And we all sat there and watched The Postman. And I was, I didn't know what to think after that of, Kevin Costner, of my relationship with my friend's dad. Where's this going to go? Now,
where do we go from here?
But that was my first experience.
Incredible.
What was that TV? Was it one of those giant TVs that needed like 3 people to move it?
It's like 4 feet
Oh,
deep.
yeah. Yeah. It was like one where, it's got like I don't know, like the stand at the bottom, but then it's, it's like 5 feet deep, into this giant TV console that they had.
You couldn't get rid of those TVs. They sat on the driveway for
I think it was illegal.
Yeah. They just become like almost like a
house.
boulder you have at the end of your driveway. You just lay it down.
I've never seen The Postman. Actually, honestly, looking at his filmography, I really want to watch Dances with Wolves.
Okay.
I feel like that was one of my brothers and probably my dad's, favorite movies, because there was some talk in our Discord about your dad's favorite actors, man's man actor. And I feel like he does fit the bill. I mean, Field of Dreams, you ask any dad out there, that's probably on their list. Yeah. Robin Hood, I don't have fond memories, but The Bodyguard, I also really want to watch.
Are we doing a Costner month?
I mean, I was honestly thinking about it because there's a lot of people that love Bull Durham. Open Range, I wouldn't mind watching. He's got some...
Did he direct that one too?
Yeah, he directed that one as well.
Christ.
2003. I mean, Kevin Costner, Robert Duvall, and Proto's favorite actor, Michael Gambon.
I saw it in theaters. Open Range.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
I think that's what we have to do.
Dumbledore.
Let's talk about this.
I've been wanting to do Dances with Wolves for so long because I saw that. I feel like I saw that when I was too young, and it's always stayed with me, and I've wanted to rewatch it.
Gosh, stay tuned, folks. We have the power. It's our show. We can do whatever we want. We're doing a book, for God's
we'll
sakes.
give you your $4 back.
Refund month. But I enjoy Kevin Costner. I guess that was my long story of saying I enjoy his stuff. I famously love him in Man of Steel. Fantastic role. I love the bridge scene. I vehemently, my word of the day, disagree with anyone who doesn't appreciate that scene. Watch it again.
We've seen it.
Watch it again, folks, if you don't get it. But we need to get into the Postman conversation. This film, 3 hours long. Danny, this is your pick, so let's get into it.
Yeah. Let's start with the man of the hour, Will Patton.
Fudge.
I think I wanted to throw anything I could reach at the screen every time Will Patton was on screen. He's unbelievably miscast, I think, in this film. Maybe he's miscast in every film. Maybe his career was miscast as an actor. But I couldn't take him serious at all. Like, at all. I was actually really getting so frustrated watching him every time he's on screen. I don't understand why anyone didn't just like tie his shoes together and walk away from him. Like, he's just like such a dweeb that it just drove me absolutely nuts. Every bit of delivery from him, I was like, made me angry. It was so bad. I couldn't get over it. And his look, like, I don't think anyone's look is amazing as thing. Maybe Kevin's is fine at some point. But man, everything about him, I was just frustrated. Like, I was just so frustrated. I couldn't get over it.
I wanted to shut this movie off the second he started talking.
So bad.
He recognizes Shakespeare.
God.
I'm reaching for the remote to power off my TV. I can't do it. All-time dud villain. It's like, it made me think of would Dennis Hopper have been better?
I thought the same thing.
It just felt like they're the same character played by different actors.
That's so true.
I couldn't deal. I couldn't deal with Will Patton. Listen, no one's a bigger Will Patton fan than me. Yeah. I've said that so many times on this show.
I mean, remember the Titans?
Yeah.
Jeez.
Not another yard.
God, that was good.
He's an all-time great. However, in this one, he's an all-time dud. This character.
Is it Kevin's fault?
Yes. The buck stops with Kevin Costner.
Yeah.
That might be a topic multiple times this conversation.
You want all the glory, you got to take all the heat.
Okay.
Everyone's name, his name is Bethlehem.
Bethlehem.
There's a character by the name of Idaho.
Mm-hmm.
Is that you, Shakespeare?
How does he not recognize him without the beard?
Right, the beard was too much.
What is the time frame also? I don't understand how time passes in this world.
Oh my God.
She was pregnant for like 6 months without showing a baby.
They reference in the voiceover to start the movie that there's like ash falling from the sky to insinuate that there's some kind of nuclear war. Where is the fallout of a nuclear war? This guy was a copier salesman. Now he's running a militia. Shouldn't there be mutants running around here? People with like malformed limbs.
Yeah.
They're outside. It's broad daylight. They just lost power. That's essentially what has happened to Earth. Can someone figure this out? It's nonsense.
They had power. They had Christmas lights turned on at the end.
Why was there a lion walking around in the Salt Lake Flats?
They did say that it escaped from a zoo
it survived for 16 years in the desert.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
What's it eating?
Well,
what was it eating? Like
that first scene, it's like they're like setting up that this is like Mad Max.
Yeah.
Him walking through
100%.
the desert with a mule. He's got like goggles on. He's like wearing
an
outfit like you don't see anymore. Yeah, and then it becomes I don't know, like Amblin camping adventure or
Christmas
something.
Carol.
Christmas Carol.
Oh bad.
Yeah, the tone is so.
The shots of the lion too. It's like they had 30 seconds to film a lion for this movie, and we actually will be 4 feet away from the lion. Just film it. We'll make it work. They didn't make it work. It looked like ass, that lion scene.
Yeah.
I wrote my review that the lion scene was when I wanted a DNF, and that's in the first 20 seconds of the movie.
You're early.
I knew I was in for a wild ride with that scene.
The 1-2 punch of the lion and then Will Patton.
What is his end game in this society? He runs a militia for what?
No.
They're like on horses riding around like a pond, and they're doing training.
Quarry?
What's his end goal?
Yeah,
I guess I don't know.
Like his
motivation. Really
what's his
racist.
Motivation?
He is really racist.
Oh yeah, incredibly. Well, and yeah, I mean the character's so ill-conceived, but also like the fact that like the first hour is like setting up this character, like the bad guy, right?
Yeah.
But he's just such a stupid bad guy. Mm-hmm. Yeah, he doesn't like have any plan or any goal. Like instead of like terrorizing the humans that are left over and exist, like why are you taking your band of like men, these male losers, and like killing people?
Incels.
And like like why wouldn't your plan be like, even if you have nefarious like ideas, be like, hey, I'll protect you guys, you just like feed us. Wouldn't people be like, oh yeah, that sounds good? Like why are you so hostile to the last remnant of civilization? It just makes no sense at all.
Oh god. I mean, his entire militia, it's like r/conservatives. God. Also, just like they added the little things where he must think he's just so witty, like, you know, he can paint, he can read, he's so civilized.
Him painting.
Come on, like there's a weird scene where he's getting. They go to these towns and they just like bring in gifts to Bethlehem to review.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
And then there's this. First of all, he gets like a bell. and it's like seeing water for the first time. He's like, "Oh God, this is beautiful. Keep it." But do you remember that scene? He's like telling a story about a goat in between getting these gifts, and he keeps getting interrupted, but he still tries to tell a story. Just shut it down. Shut the whole production down for 6 months. We got to figure this out. We're not starting up again.
There was the strangest little goat, and it was behind the fence. And no. I looked at it, and it had color to it. Good. Everything. And I was amazed. It was... Oh, good Lord. That, gentlemen, is a first-rate piece of ass.
Pardo, first on your list.
Well, yeah, Bethlehem was my first point. But we mentioned it, of just like the passage of time in this movie. And this it makes it feel like editing a movie is impossible. Of like, can anyone portray the passage of time in a movie? Like, have they figured that out?
Great
because
question.
watching this movie, it makes me think like no one has done it, that it's impossible, an impossible task. Because there's so many things that happen in this movie. I'm like, wait a second, this feels like 6 months had to have passed.
Right.
But he
has 9 different beards in this movie.
Well, the thing is that like he goes into this one town wearing a postman uniform and convinces this one kid, Ford Lincoln Mercury, to become a postman. And then it seems like 24 hours later, there's like 20 children on horses as postmen. Like they all have outfits. Like to me, that felt like a couple days, maybe at most. But it's like, no, like in this would have to take like a year. But there's no explanation of any of that stuff. And like through the whole movie, I felt that way of like, what is going on? How much time is passing? And I couldn't make sense of it. In one scene when he's like laid up in the cabin, it like cuts to the next scene of him like rescuing her in the river. I'm like, wait a second, wasn't he just a cripple? Like he couldn't get out of bed.
Yeah.
You were zoning out during that scene, not to defend the postman, but they live in that cabin, I think, during one winter. I think it's like a whole, it had to have been like 3 months or something.
Because of the frost thaws.
And then that's when he discovers the kids. So I think at least a few months have passed. Because remember, he grows another beard.
Yeah, he gets
That's
another
like
beard.
the only signifier of the passage of time.
Oh, that's what it is.
He goes in without a beard. He leaves with a beard.
You have to gauge the passage of time
the
by
beard
Kevin's
is
beard.
the chart
The
that
length
we
of
need
his
to
beard.
use.
Oh, okay.
But also, like, even that scene, how are they not porking in that cabin? But I'll answer my own question.
You answer it.
Because he's so effing annoying. He's a total loser. Like, remember, she is all over him and wants to pork him and get his seed night one.
Yeah.
Because he's a savior. And then she spends a winter with him in a cabin.
Yeah.
And she's like, you're a loser, man. I'm not getting near you.
Yeah.
I mean, any other man, you have to be, for warmth, you have to be just like spooning at least at night. And that might lead to something.
The economy of a cabin, yeah.
Right.
But not with Kevin Costner and the postman. She refuses to lay with him.
Kevin Costner's calling her weird. You're so weird.
He said it twice.
I can't. His character is just the worst. It's a 3-hour movie.
3 hours.
And you're spending with this, creepo who's scamming townspeople into thinking he's a savior. But he's also just like unlikable on a personal level. Just like hearing him talk. Just like, ugh. Can we go back to Ford Lincoln Mercury or something?
Yeah.
Also, how did he even figure out that remember they point to the sign, Ford Lincoln Mercury.
Yeah.
But if you're reading the sign, you would think Ford Mercury Lincoln.
Yes.
Because that's how it's ordered in the sign. So how did he even get that name?
Commercials.
Dumbass movie. Let's read a letter from Mike Scott. Sent us a letter. This is one of Mike Scott's favorite movies. Hello, Hello, friends. I haven't dropped a line in a bit and figured this would be a great one to email about. Honestly, I'm shocked this movie is appearing on any podcast ever. I thought I was the only one who loves it. And maybe I still am, ? Stay tuned, right? Mike, I think you know the answer already.
You know, Mike.
I remember getting this through Columbia House's VHS Club.
Oh my gosh.
Logo idea, Danny. Columbia House VHS Club, but in the 70mm.
Okay,
text.
pulling it up now.
Or VHS Village. An offshoot of the much more popular CD Club where you could get like 8 tapes for $1. Of course, it was those next 5 you had to buy at $20 a piece that hurt.
Mm-hmm.
Who would ever pay $20 for a movie? On a totally unrelated note, the Barnes & Noble Criterion sale starts $6.27. Anyway, this movie just always worked for me. I enjoyed the more back-to-nature, post-apocalyptic setting and especially loved the wild cameo by Tom Petty himself. 3 hours never felt so short as with this one. I hope that at least one of you finds some joy watching it. Take care, and I look forward to hanging with you all at the meetup in August. Mike Scott. Mike Scott. One of Mike Scott's faves.
Yeah.
Oh my God, look at that logo. Kenton just dropped the membership card in chat. Good Lord.
We need to go back.
Is it time for a new design of our membership cards?
It's a great question. Have we done membership cards?
Very good question.
Or 2 or 3?
V2. Yeah, Mike, we had a lot of fun watching this, make no mistake. One of the worst movies I've ever sat through. Let me see what's on my list here.
Yeah, it's your turn.
It's pretty nuts that he got this after Waterworld. Like, I know that he directed Dances with Wolves, so he's got the sauce at the time. I don't know if Dances with Wolves holds up, folks. Don't Fern Gully me. I don't know anything about Dances with Wolves.
What does that mean?
But I hope to watch it again. But like at the time, I guess they thought he could still do it. Like he still got it. But to give him like final cut of this movie, I don't know. Where was the oversight?
None.
Right? No one reviewing it. And it sounded like he got whatever he wanted. Like a 3-hour cut of this movie. And it essentially, knocked him off his pedestal for a decade or so. Like he was never kind of a leading man. And I don't know how long of a leading man run he would have had. He was getting a little aged.
Oh my.
But
ageism.
I don't know. Pro? What do you think?
Yeah. Well, I mean, I guess Waterworld. So you're saying it ended up making money, so it was okay, but it didn't really get received well. Is that right?
Yeah, people dumpered on it.
Yeah, I mean, I guess the thing about The Postman is that like a 3-hour movie. Gosh, I mean, even today, just to, it's such a barrier to even get somebody in a theater to see that much movie. And then, a movie of this quality, like what were people like the stunned faces walking out in 1997 of the theater, having watched this. It's just so, it's so bizarre. But yeah, I mean, I guess he must have had just like real power to be able to like be given this movie and wanting to go with it. I mean, I think it was a successful book too. So maybe that was part of it, is that it's like,
here's won a lot of awards.
So, oh my.
I was trying to think of a modern actor who is like directing and starring in movies that would kind of get this control. I don't know. Is Bradley Cooper?
No.
Would be like a modern Kevin Costner?
I think if The Rock directed something, he would have this kind of level. That was a serious response.
No, I think you're right.
If he were to direct something, the amount of movies he's made that have flopped, but he's also done so much.
He's not like a pure actor, though. I feel like Kevin Costner is just like an actor who then was like directing a movie.
Mm-hmm. Maybe Ben Affleck?
Yeah, I was thinking Ben Affleck.
Oh.
Ben Affleck and Bradley Coop. Modern day.
What's Bradley directing that I'm missing right now?
He did the Maestro. He did a Star is Born, right?
Maestro. Sorry, I forgot about Maestro. Good flick.
So, yeah, just a fascinating run. I mean, there's not a lot of actors that can back it up. Like, I was thinking of like Margot Robbie is a big, like she is in complete control of her movies as like executive producer. Like if she started directing, she could be like a Kevin Costner type auteur. But
I trust her more.
It's
than
a short
Kevin.
list.
Yeah.
And I guess for a reason, obviously. Danny, next on your list?
I will say something good about this film. I thought it looked good. I thought it was shot well. I thought there was a lot of great scenes of, like swooping countryside scenes. There was never a shot where I was like, this is dumb or like, this is, I don't know, stupid or boring. I thought at least visually this movie looked really well done. And I thought James Newton Howard did more than he needed to for this film. I thought the score was really good as well. Those are my two.
He's earning his paycheck.
James earned his paycheck.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I thought it looked like a great film. I don't know if we watched the 4K, if there is a 4K. But visually, I thought it looked like a good film.
I love the setting at the beginning in the quarry for Bethlehem's base there. Them watching the movie over that lake with the projector in the middle. Like that was so cool. I would go watch a movie there like that.
Yeah, the audio is probably insane there.
Yeah. Yeah. Like such a cool idea with that. I guess like when you're speaking in terms of like the way it looked though, I thought like the costumes in this were so horrendous. Like just so silly. Like wait, so the apocalypse happened 15 years ago and everyone can only wear rags. Like that's all that's left over.
Brown rags.
We produced like 10 trillion pieces of clothing in the past 10 years. And like, there's nothing left. There's no clothes.
There's no gap within a 50-mile radius of any of these towns.
Oh my God.
They all wore the same thing. They all wore the same dang thing.
How about Kevin wearing his hat crooked? I wanted to choke the life out of
it. Wasn't even as noticeable as when the statue was revealed because the statue like made it even more obvious that he wore it at an angle. And also like, how did they remember that? How did they remember?
Who saw that scene?
Who was making the statue? Like, you know what? We got to tilt it because he always tilted it when he wore it. No one's given that feedback to the guy or gal making that statue.
I want somebody to do a cut of like a bunch of scenes from this, but then like in each cut, like the hat gets a little bit bigger. Until it's just like giant.
I had to say also, Danny, your art, has it been dropped yet?
Yeah.
I mean, all-timer art for this episode.
Thank you.
It's insane. It's insane.
All right. I want to know if that statue exists still. If I can go see that statue.
It looked cool. Yeah.
I'm impressed by it. It was like, it looks like it was actually like a made statue. So I need to find it and see it.
Yeah.
Make a pilgrimage to see the Postman statue.
How about everyone in Future World wearing like dress shirts with no ties, but the top button was buttoned? Did you notice that? That was like the style of 2040 or whatever the year was.
2043.
So bad. I was trying to Google what the actor or the character's name of the blind lady in this movie who got the mail.
I mean, speaking of the statue, I had made it through the film fine. Casey and I were watching it. And when it was, I guess, present time, when they were unveiling the statue, and the guy said, "That kid's me" or whatever, I started laughing out loud. I finally lost it. I finally lost it in this movie, and I just started laughing uncontrollably. It was insane to me that he said that.
Oh, also that scene. Oh my God! So I can't with this scene. I guess he's sort of delivering mail, and he has like a route to the point where this kid runs out to give him a letter, but he's already missed Kevin Costner on a horse running.
Going 50 miles an hour.
The kid is like, this scene is 10 minutes long. The kid slowly lowers his hand and is sad.
Yeah.
And Kevin Costner, for no reason whatsoever, slows down and looks behind him. Why did he slow down? There's no reason for him to do that. None.
The force healer said he was a messenger.
Oh my God.
Spirit of the post office nudged him.
The Pony Express.
I asked who the blind character was, and Clarence responded in seconds. Irene March. That's the character that I did the audio recording in Discord because they asked for the letter, and then this like cliched caricature of a blind woman character. I'm Irene March, and she's like looking around like just completely over the top blind woman acting. I couldn't deal with it. Oh my God. Just so bad. So terrible. Proto, next on your list.
Yeah, well, the tone in this movie is oh my gosh, it gets you. It gets me. Because it's so self-serious and it's so earnest about what they're doing, and everybody is like, yes, we are going to save this nation through delivering mail. We are going. The first thing we need to do to build back up civilization is reinstate the post office. And in some ways it's like, okay, yeah, like communication, that's very important. You can see that like this would be relevant. But the drama that is like injected into these scenes about delivering mail is just so over the top. Like when he reads the fake letter from the president shutting down the post office and everybody is weeping. They're like angry crying that this is happening. And like when they have to pin down Costner, and he's like, no, you can't do this anymore.
You're hurting him. You're hurting him. No, we're not.
It's just too much to bear. It's the secondhand embarrassment of it all is too much. But then you also have Bethlehem. Like, I need to kill these postmen.
Children. Murdering
Also,
children.
he forms an army of post people at the end of the movie. That's his militia. People that believe in the post office to the point where they will go to war.
Yeah.
For the post office.
How about them wrestling at the end?
What was going
was that
on?
fight?
You talking about secondhand embarrassment.
I could.
They have the biggest epic fight. You're waiting 3 hours for them to fight it out. And they're literally rolling in the dirt for 2 minutes like two children. That's the fight.
Clarence and Chet, very gay scene. I'm gonna let the gays have that one. You guys can have that one.
Happy Pride Month, everybody.
Happy
You can
Pride.
have the Postman. God, who in their right mind is directing that fight scene? Who is Irene March, the blind woman, directing that scene?
I almost feel embarrassed saying this, but in that scene, I did when he says when Will Patton says, "What makes you think you have a right?" And Kevin says, "I have every right. I invoke Law 7," and he pulls his shirt. I did get chills in that moment.
No. He also perfectly tears his sleeve off. How many times would that happen?
Jacket.
It looks so good. Remember that?
Oh no.
Gosh. I felt bad too because like when he's a prisoner at this camp, you thought that like, oh my God, Giovanni Ribisi. We haven't even talked about Giovanni Ribisi's character.
I have one note for him.
So annoying. But like, I thought that him and the other dude were going to be like buds and escape together and maybe like form
that guy was
something.
doing.
That went nowhere. What's your note on Giovanni?
I'll read it verbatim. Thank God he killed Giovanni Ribisi.
Jeez.
Get him out of here. I couldn't believe it.
I felt like Ribisi was channeling Pauly Shore.
I don't know what he was challenging.
So bad.
Clarence and Chat, very gay scene.
Well, you mentioned that other character. How about like Costner on the bridge falls in the river?
He dead instantly.
And then Bethlehem sends 2 more of these prisoners after him.
Who cares?
Like, what are you, an idiot? Yeah, like that guy's probably dead. And if not, why would you let 2 more prisoners try to get away?
Yeah.
It just makes no sense.
Yeah. Let him. Who cares? He'll probably die in the wilderness.
Right.
We have
The lion will get him.
AR-15s. Here's a knife. Go kill a lion.
Oh, God.
What?
I'm just thinking of Will Patton telling people to go kill the lion, and it's annoying me. Oh my God. I just scanned my notes. Remember when he gets to the town and they like take in his pants, like, because, you know, he stole them off the corpse.
Yeah.
They were too big. But then he like goes to the town. He makes the corniest joke ever. He's like, yeah, I just have one request. Can you leash any dogs that you might have in the town?
Oh my God. He made a Postman joke.
How about when he's in the house and I forget what he's doing, and there's a knock at the door and he says, just leave it. As like, just leave what? Like, dude, you don't live here. You just got to this town. Just leave what? What are you talking about?
What if they just, what if they want to talk to you? What are they going to leave?
Yeah.
God dang. How does Ford Lincoln Mercury know anything about vampires? He makes a joke about vampires, I think, at one point.
What do you mean, how does he not know?
Like, what media or like what information is being carried over through a nuclear fallout about vampires? I feel like some information is going to get lost in the transition.
Slim, they've had plenty of vampire media up until the fallout.
13. Who's going to talk to him about vampires in this world?
You think any books survived the apocalypse? I mean, none of the clothing survived. There's nothing left.
They're wearing brown rags. Let's see what else. Do I have any top points? How would you even remember someone's address after 20 years? I don't know anyone's address. Do you know anyone's address offhand? Can you mail us?
I've mailed you two stuff a lot. I have to search all of our messages. I have to go find pay stubs.
Yeah.
I have to find your ad. I couldn't tell you what city you guys live in.
Yeah, exactly.
Abington Heights.
These people are writing letters like they're going to get to where they need to go. There's no way.
Yeah.
Also, I mean, all these letters are going, what, a few miles away? These kids, how far are these kids going to deliver letters?
Right. And how do they know how to get there?
They're going 4 streets over. A lot of unanswered questions.
I don't think we actually know how the mail works. Also.
These kids are delivering mail and there's a militia out there. There's just, it doesn't make sense. How about, I mean, Ford Lincoln Mercury built a mail sorting factory in a season. Very successfully, by the way.
Yeah, he did a really good job.
This kid he could have been, you know.
He could have been something.
Elon Musk of his time. Oh, if he had a chance.
How about the music? The live bands playing at these parties.
Oh my God.
I mean, DNF territory. Anyone on set wanted to DNF what was happening there.
If I walked into this village and they're playing this live music, I'm going to flag down Bethlehem to come kill them all.
I don't get it. I don't get it how no one is talking to pulling him aside. Kevin, this is no good.
Kev,
it's no good, Kev. Who's next? Proto, do you have anything else? Top points, Menchies, what do you got?
We didn't talk about the what was he called? The Seed Father? What was his name? So the woman, Olivia Williams plays Abby, and when he comes into this town,
Body father.
Oh, the body father, yes. She confronts him because her husband is sterile. If the postman would be willing to part with his seed, inside of her, just as like an exchange.
Yeah,
right.
You know, very. You know, she talks about it very clinical.
Yeah,
and then we go into a very hot, passionate lovemaking scene. Right? She's like, this is like her last night to live. The way she's riding him. Like this is not clinical. This is not. I've seen clinical. Yeah, this is something else.
And also, he falls asleep. Like, she rides him so hard that Kevin Costner is passed out multiple times sleeping.
Dude, she looks at him like, "Oh, we are not done here yet. This isn't over."
Right. My one note is she got every drop of Kevin.
Yeah. She was sweating her ass off in that scene too.
Yeah. He couldn't be bothered to even take his shirt off for her. Fucking canvas ass shirt he's wearing as she's trying to get every drop of semen from him for her baby that she can't have with her husband.
And then when she sees her husband after that session, they're like high-fiving. Like they're even more in love with each other because she just screwed the life out of Kevin Costner. And he's like, "Oh God, baby, you did it."
Yeah.
You cucked me so hard, babe.
Oh my God. But even then, she's not like into him. That's what I was like. I couldn't understand the cabin scene because, yeah, they have that one night stand of lust.
Yeah.
Like primal sexual rage.
Yeah.
And she could not be bothered by him at any point in that cabin stay.
Yeah. She says, "It's Michael's baby. You're just the body father." This is after Michael is dead.
Yeah.
And she's carrying his child. Like, Abby, no, he is the father. Mm-hmm. There's no one else.
Yeah, there's no ands if or buts.
Yeah. This is it for you.
This is how biology works.
But then she is somehow swayed in real life to fall in love with him. I think I even wrote like, you know, they stumble upon the kids running this business, the post office business, and she says something like, "You're so inspiring to them," or "I seen a change in you." What change? Like, what has happened that he has done where you're like now ready to pork again, that he is so attractive to you? There's nothing. He has nothing going on. He didn't inspire anything. He's still a fraud.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. They didn't really communicate that well. That's the thing. There's so much of this script. I feel like they thought they got the message across, but they really didn't with so much of it.
Yeah. Danny?
I didn't think you'd come back to me. God, we've talked about everything I think that I want to talk about.
Okay.
She got every drop of Kevin. Thank God that he killed Giovanni Ribisi. Christopher Nolan's Scarf homage. Kevin. And then them killing the mule, a John Wick homage. His mule.
That sucked.
Yeah, that was like, holy shit. And then they
lame.
Fed everyone the mule.
Did he eat it? It looked like he also just took the gruel.
He took it, but he gave it to Ribisi.
Oh yeah.
He gave it to Ribisi. I'm at 2 stars.
2.
Yeah, I went 1 up. I give it 2. It's as good as I can do.
That's fine. It's fine.
I don't find myself ever seeing this again. But I'm glad we watched it. Honest to God, I love the story. If I can be frank, I think it's a really rad story. I think in better hands, it could be told better.
J.J. Abrams remake.
Shit, I was thinking just give it to Greta. I want to give everything to Greta.
Oh my God.
Saoirse.
Greta with Ryan Gosling as the postman. I mean,
wow.
It writes itself, honestly.
It's already written.
Yeah.
Timothy Chalamet as Ford Lincoln Mercury.
I thought you were going to say as Bethlehem. Anyway, it's whatever. It's not my favorite Costner.
Mm-hmm. Okay. My Menchies. I wrote this one-line delivery from Bethlehem. He says opportunity, just so annoying. Opportunity. Just Will Pattoning the line. He knows Shakespeare. Oh, please. Oh, and he paints too. How about his job being a copier salesman beforehand?
I love that. It's been my favorite fact in this movie.
Acting like an effing chimp with this lighter when he like finds a lighter.
Oh my God.
No thank
How does he light a fire in a car without lighting everything on fire?
Oh yeah.
I mean the smoke. Where's the smoke going? He'd be dead. He'd be right next to the skeleton, dead that night.
There's a little fire in this mail truck, and he's just reading these letters, giggling to himself.
I mean, maybe it's a different movie if they cast someone else. Like, I think him casting himself was a bad idea, too.
I think
maybe
it's
if
direction.
he had someone with different range, it would have helped.
Yeah.
I think it's just direction. Direction and editing.
Yeah. Oh yeah, when he gets to the town, everyone's like asking about the government. Like, who's the president? Where's the government? That's your first question? I don't know. Who cares?
Yeah.
This dance number, kill me. They literally go into a dance number that night with the band playing music.
It's like line dancing. Oh, we haven't talked about Tom Petty.
It's like the Matrix rave scene times a million. Tom Petty. Yeah, everyone was like, wait until you get to the Tom Petty wait until you get to that cameo. And then like Tom Petty's name is in the opening credits. It's like with Tom Petty. However, I didn't know he played himself.
Wait, he's playing himself?
He plays himself.
He's playing Tom Petty?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's why he's like, yeah, a lot of people used to know who I was. Yeah.
Oh, I did catch that. Jesus Christ.
Really dumb.
Throw him off the bridge.
Famous before the dark times.
Yeah, I was really famous for the dark times.
Was he? Is he?
I wrote this down because I didn't like it. I do not remember the scene, though. What are you looking at? Everything. I don't know what that was for. Literally, who cares about the flag burning? That town was losing their minds when that flag was being burned.
Burn it. Oh, yeah, lighting the post office on fire, too? Like, why?
I don't know.
Why do you have to burn the building down?
Yeah. What story is he telling about a goat? If I have the energy when editing this episode, I will include the strange scene where he's trying to tell a story about a goat but getting interrupted. Maybe a funny improv on set that day. He tells his what's her name? What's her name in the movie? The gal who porks him?
Body mother.
Abby.
Body mother. He tells the body mother, you used to think I was funny. At what point was Kevin Costner's character funny in this movie? Or someone laughing at his jokes? He sucks.
Mm-hmm.
They find Ford and he's set up the post office. He says, I got plenty of room here. Why would she stay with him? Like he offers, like, you could stay with me. I got plenty of room. Why? I was just so agitated writing these notes. All the post people ride out in formation. Maybe the corniest movie of all time. I don't even remember this. Oh yeah, the kid who raises his hand with the letter. The kid with the letter JFC. Just go get the letter already. I read in caps. He asked the people in town, what's the name of the town? We never named it. Who never names a town? You're living in a town. You don't have a name for it?
Mm-hmm.
He tore off his sleeve like it was nothing. They are literally rolling around in the dirt. Live and let live. Tom Petty reference.
Is that one of his songs?
How about he lives in the house, the baby's born, I think, and they live outside of the waterfall.
Oh, yeah.
Look gorgeous. No audio from that waterfall. There's no way that waterfall isn't the only thing they hear in that house.
That's a great point.
It's unlivable next to that waterfall. Statue is kind of sick though. 1 star, and that's being gracious. 1 star being gracious. I mean, you can see why Kevin Costner didn't come back in the game for a very long time. Very long time. I mean, Yellowstone saved his bacon. Not saved it, but like it brought him back in.
I thought Man of Steel did.
Brought him back to give him another chance at a Western trilogy.
God,
and look where we're at now.
He loves them.
We're in the midst of it. I love the first challenge he gives them is full packs in 20 miles in like the blazing hot sun.
Yeah.
No one's doing 20 miles with full packs first day one. They're all dead. Oh, and then he also, how about him killing a guy for sitting down? I told you all to sit down. Oh, yeah, for not getting, he doesn't get a stool.
Fucking Simon Says over there in Bethlehem.
Yeah. Oh, and then the other guy, like, he's got like the,
Sorry, this art Photoshop.
Oh my God.
Chat.
Every drop of Kevin. Oh my God.
How does art has mastered Photoshop
It makes me
in
sick.
like 2 years? It's unbelievable.
Dude, the way Kevin Costner is out of focus in the background.
I know.
Unbelievable.
He's using a scissor blend tool or something.
Scissor.
Let's see. What else? Hannibal is at the gates. Him just lighting up this town. As if he has unlimited bullets.
Those like 50 cal cannons he was
he's
shooting?
shooting
Holy
artillery
shit.
at like civilians. Like, Bethlehem, please, can we save this for an actual battle?
Yeah, where are they getting the bullets from? Are they smelting their own bullets in that quarry?
Again, we can't get one medium-sized Gap t-shirt, but they have artillery. Unlimited amount of artillery.
It'd be funny if there's like, they show a crowd, there's like one person wearing like a green t-shirt.
Oh, the cabin scene. Him playing tic-tac-toe alone in the window. This is real. We're not making any of this up.
He was losing to himself.
Yeah. I've written down, handing him the hat, I'm weeping. Slow-mo comeback, letter grab, I'm weeping. Oh, man. Yeah. I think the good thing, my last two notes is, this is, I was trying to feel like, it feels like a combination of multiple movies, and it felt like either like Mad Max meets Homeward Bound.
Oh.
Or post-apocalyptic Mighty Ducks. Just like having all these children like in his army, them riding on the horses. Like if they would have went into a flying V on the horses, that would have just made it.
Triple deke.
I feel like they were in a flying V. They
might have been.
that scene.
Kevin was leading them.
Yeah.
I think the silver lining to this is that I think it is kind of a good bad movie, and that there's just like so much that's crazy about it that I don't find myself hating it as I'm watching it. So I'm at 2 stars also for this.
Okay. 2 stars.
Yes.
We turned a corner at the end there.
You did it.
For the Postman. What a way to lead off the month.
You're
That's
welcome.
what it's all about.
We have
Blockbusted.
I've been resurrected.
the trial of Danny Haas
Coming off the cross.
is a hung jury. So we're at to
Excuse
start
me.
this all over again. Sorry, folks. We do have a VM from Grace. Let's listen to that.
Hey gang, Grace here. Full disclaimer, I am at work currently, so if you
Grace.
hear Back to the Future, the musical in the background, no you didn't. Okay.
We're going to get
as the
pulled.
Villagers' #1 Kevin Costner hater, I'm devastated to be missing the live show tonight. But I saw the other Villager reviews roll in, and I trust that the hate train will chug on. Firstly, Danny, my man, what gives? A double dose of Costner, it was 3 hours, and I had to download a random man's man app called Fossum to watch it. Dude, it's tough.
What?
I said this to some others earlier, but what I think is most frustrating is that there is a world in which this film works. I think So Ref said something about how Tom Hanks was in talks to do this movie and how Costner just took it over, which, rude. Also, this film has a lot of moments that other pieces of media have done better. For instance, the traveling theater troupe or actor bit is done perfectly in Station 11, and the jump off the dam is done so much better in The Fugitive. And the tone of this film is all over the place. First, they're berating Costner's character about his knowledge of the government. Next, they're line dancing to a song that sounds like it's straight from the Lorax. Also, pour one out for Olivia Williams. She deserves something so much better than this for her film debut. However,
That was her
if this is
debut.
all a ploy to soften the blow of Snow White, absolute genius on your part. Because,
Thank you.
and I can't believe I'm saying this, I'm looking forward to Snow White next week. Rachel Zegler, please save us.
She
Okay,
won't.
thanks guys. Night.
My God, Grace broadcasting from a public bathroom, perhaps,
Yeah.
with that echo? I'm not sure.
With
She works in a well, maybe.
future.
Thank you, Grace. I mean, it's an interesting point that she raises that we're softening the blow for next week.
Yeah.
Snow White 2025. Maybe
Postman
we've cushioned for that episode. People
Postman's
are
a 2.8 on Letterboxd.
It's
Snow
a
White's
what?
a 1. Postman's a 2.8. Snow White's a 1.8.
I want the numbers rerun for the Postman. There's no way that the average movie watcher on Letterboxd is 2.8. There's no way.
Some reviews tagged with
good.
70mm pod.
Yeah.
Andy said, "What if he delivered a reason to keep watching?"
Hold on, I have a file for that. Oh wait, no, that's not it.
Wrong one.
Diamond said, "This movie is too long, focusing on a mail service in a collapsed world. Bullshit."
Mhm.
1 star.
Thank you.
Yeah, there was we were in 1 star, half star territory for most
We
of
couldn't
the,
even lower it to the depths of Snow White.
Another review, Peppy said, "I never wanted to DNF so hard in my life, just here for the love of the game." That's what it's about sometimes.
Yeah, that's what it comes down to.
I mean, you got to take the hard ones so that the great ones
Jesus.
feel that good, right?
Yeah. Body Fathers.
I mean, there's nothing greater than Gal Gadot as the evil queen. I dare you. Streaming on Disney Plus in 4K, I might add.
Hello.
My friend's average rating, let's see, on Letterboxd, 1.8.
There you go.
I forgot to give out a free year of Letterboxd patron, though. Let me do that. Speaking of tracking down some reviews, you tag your review 70mm pod. You're entered to win a free year of Letterboxd patron. No ads, custom posters, backdrops, stats, and a host of other features. Cosmos Man watched Bram Stoker's Dracula. 5 stars. Despite Keanu. That's a movie, folks. You want to watch a movie? Watch Bram Stoker's Dracula.
Yeah. You talk about getting the last drop.
Jake Hollick, I'm giving out, watch Superman. 3.5 stars, tagged his review 70mm pod. Also gave a hashtag wigs.
What the?
Written by Mario Puzo, starring Marlon Brando as the father. Imagine another world where Al Pacino is cast as Superman.
What are we talking about right now?
Proto's stunned
What are we-
by that suggestion.
What? Pacino as Superman?
What if? What if? All right, next week is Snow White 2025 Blockbusted Volume 3. We are flying out the gates after the Postman.
Yeah.
We're unstoppable right now. Proto, any closing thoughts?
Yeah, I wanted to give a movie recommendation. This week we watched a movie about a man in a post-apocalyptic environment trying to find his way.
Okay.
I mean, I guess you could say it's somewhat of a road movie. It's a very long 3-hour movie. So, I mean, if you want a movie that I would consider much better, and I've talked about this movie before, but whenever I get a chance to recommend it, I have to, because not a lot of people have seen it, but Wim Wenders, 1991, Until the End of the World, starring William Hurt. This is a movie you just got to track down and watch. You want to talk about the end of the world. You want to talk about road movies. You want to talk about finding yourself. Until the End of the World. Watch it. Streaming now on Criterion.
Otherwise, find yourself with Disney's Snow White next week. 70mm is a tape deck production featuring original artwork provided by Danny Haas. Spiritual guidance and V'ger, the robot who loves movies, provided by Pertalexis. Producer at large Dale_A. And music composed by Cinematric. Prints and other merch are available on 70mmpod.com. This episode was mixed, edited, and produced by me, Slim. Support our Patreon for access to our VHS Village Discord to talk movies with new friends, access to our exclusive episodes in the 70mm vault, discounts on merch, uncut episodes, and a physical membership card mailed to you. To check out other Tape Deck podcasts, find the link in the episode notes. And if you'd like to support our friends at Letterboxd and upgrade to Pro or Patron status, you can do so with a 20% off discount using the links on 70mmpod.com.
This is a Tape Deck podcast.